Alright, hello everyone, welcome to my channel. They are your best predict. The channel is giving you guys the best correct score prediction, betting strategy, and betting prediction. So in today's video, we'll be talking about some daily odds as usual that we've been doing of recent, and as the result of many of the football leagues and other sports leagues that are resuming, and that's the reason why I'll be dropping some odds on the channel once in a while. So in today's video, we'll be looking at how we can accumulate at least 2 to 3 odds for like four different tickets. So this is a summary of yesterday games, and unfortunately we just had two lost as the results of our own mistakes. Let me say the percentage of uncertainty in sports betting. The match between Sunderland and Burnley ended up as 1-0 by Sunderland winning the game, but the game I was actually expecting Burnley to have at least a goal, because checking their last two games they scored I think more than 3 goals in just a match in their last two games. The last game they won big time, and the last two games before the last one they also won big time. So unfortunately that's sports betting for you. And looking at the aspect of this Netherlands league match, um, the match was predicted as over 1.5, and unfortunately, the game ended up as 1-0 at out of 1.16 odd. So in today's video, we are going to be we'll be looking into some games that have the high accuracy of possible outcomes, and if possible, we'll be breaking those games into 3 odds and 2 odds. So already I've picked some games already, just 6 games, and I'm going to do the summary of it before I'm going to show you guys the code. And if you are not using this particular bet platform, just make sure that you select or you picked the game manually on your favorite bet platform. So now let's check the sport menu, and this is the first 6 games that I've selected already. The first one you're seeing here is Liverpool predicted as home or draw, and for Chelsea and Wolves, we should check the last previous games of Chelsea and Wolves. You are going to see that Wolves has been beating Chelsea, and judging the current Chelsea form, they are not really informed. And in sport betting, anything happens. In case at all, if miracles should happen in this particular game, I'm expecting not more than 2 goal difference or 1 goal difference if Chelsea will at all beat Wolves. And for Real Madrid and Valladolid, Real Madrid are currently not consistent with straight winning, because judging by their squad, they are expected to be winning most of their games. And unfortunately, in the last game, we can see that towards the end of the game was actually against them, and this shows that there's probability of the away team having the chance of winning this particular match. So the match is predicted as home or away. Even the odd given to Madrid is a very small odd, but we should check their previous games, whereby Madrid won their last game I think 6-0. So anything happens in the game, but I'm suspecting Madrid should actually win this particular game. So for our Alaves and Real Betis, the handicap for the away team as 2-0, and we have Atletico Madrid and Girona. Girona are not really informed. In this current season, they've been conceding so many goals. So the favorite team to win this particular game is Atletico Madrid. And for Atlanta and Torino, this game is actually a very tough game. If not removed from this particular ticket, I should be seeing anybody win in the game. Torino win or Atlanta win. So with these 6 games, we are able to accumulate 2.37 odds. For Sportbet user, the code is here. So the code, you can access the code, and if you are not from Nigeria, just make sure that you switch the country bar to your country. Maybe if you are from Ghana, if you copy the code and you want to load it, make sure that you switch it from Ghana to Nigeria, so that the code will you'll be able to load the code successfully. Now let's go on to check other games for today. Alright, so now we just predicted in the last ticket, I think Torino and Atalanta happens to be the last game predicted. So now we're moving on to Fiorentina and Venezia. The checking their last previous games, using my AI technological app for confirmation, and judging by the odd suggested by the bookmakers, the Fiorentina team happens to be the most favorite team to win this particular game. In this ticket that I'll be predicting, I'll be doing for you guys in this particular video, I will try to avoid go market, like over goals, because those things actually affected most of my tickets yesterday. So now for Fiorentina match between for the match between Fiorentina and Venezia, the prediction for that one is Fiorentina to win this particular game or draw. Now moving on to Napoli. Napoli, they are currently not in form in this season, and also Bologna too. Their form is actually average, but it will be very difficult for us to predict this particular game because looking at it, seeing Bologna winning this particular game, but sometimes sport betting can shock you. So let us avoid these games and let's move on to the match between Roma and Empoli. So looking at the last games of these two teams, we notice that the common result in their games happens to be draw. So I would have loved to predict this particular game as home or away if I have been able to figure out the home or away factors in the start. But unfortunately, it seems to be very difficult to predict. But for me, I think Roma happens to be the favorite team to predict on as home or draw. But I would also like to suggest predicting it as handicap. But let's see, the odd for the handicap is too small, very small. Like handicap of two goals. If Roma should lose this particular match, it should not be more than just one goal. But the odd for that is too small, and predicting it as double chance too is very risky. So let me avoid this. So if I want to predict over 1.5 at all, I would like to predict it under German league. But before I conclude that, let us check their start outline. Let's see what we have there. So now for the two games under the German league, I'm going to predict only the Bayern match with Wolfsburg. So the prediction for that one happens to be over 1.5 goals. Actually, I would have loved to predict Bayern as win or draw or handicap, but another problem that we can face in sports betting is when a team is playing away, it's very dangerous to predict them as double chance or the away team to win to score at least just a goal. Those factors are very difficult to do sometimes, but let's go on and let's see what we have. So now looking at the stats and looking at the odd, it is quite obvious that Lens happens to be favorite team to win these particular games. And if you can use, in case I've taught anyone how to make use of the technological app, and if you apply the stats, like you paste the stats on the app, the technological application, this will show you guys that the favorite team to win this particular games happens to be Nets. So and for Nantes and their opponents, it will be very difficult to conclude who to win or lose this particular game over Nantes and the opponents. So the prediction for that one is to give the home team the handicap of 2 goals. The handicap of 2 goals. The handicap of 2 goals, which is at odd of 1.10 odd. Actually, the odd seems to be small, but I think that is the best for safety purpose of the match outcome. Right, so for this particular match, let us just assume that we are skipping it and moving on to this particular match between Strasbourg and Rennes. So the prediction for that one happens to be home or away, Strasbourg to win, or Rennes to win. Anybody win between these particular teams, because Strasbourg, they are currently not in form compared to that of the form of Rennes. So now let us move on to the next game, which is Marseille versus Reims. Alright, prediction for this one is the home team to win this particular game or draw. Even though in the last meeting between these two teams, I think Marcel, the home team lost with a game or I think with a goal difference of just one goal. Alright, and also under the Portugal League for these two teams, I think the bookmakers are giving the home team the favorite odd as the result of the last game that was played by the away teams, whereby they lost by 1 goal, 6 goals to one. And but judging by their current form before the last match, they are really doing well. But this game can be a very tough game because checking their last previous meeting against each other, I think the away team actually won the last game and draw the last two. But the game for me, for that, most especially for the away team, I would like to go for the handicap of 2 or 3 goals. Let's see what we can have there. Okay, let's go for handicap of 2 goals. At least, at most, the total goal that we considered by the away team happens to be a goal or 2 goals. If we are to be play safe, let's go for 2 goals. So alright, now let's check. We have 6 games already predicted. So later today I'm going to drop another odds, probably around that 5 odds or 10 odds. We have enough games to go on or to go for in today's weekend. So now let's see the total orders we've gotten. So the total odd for these particular 6 games is just 2.48 odds, 2.48 odds, and with the total of 6 goals. And for people that are not using this particular platform, you can select it manually. You can select it manually. Now for Sportybet users, so here is the code for you guys. Alright, so now thanks for watching. Don't forget to like our video, and if you are just joining us, make sure you subscribe to this particular channel, and don't forget to join us on our Telegram link. And also, if you want to join us on our AI technological prediction app, whereby we use AI to confirm, you know, to confirm our prediction. Sometimes when we predict, we take it to the technological app for verification of, okay, what is the possible outcome. So if you want to learn how to make use of it, you can also contact us on our social media platform. I'm going to drop everything in the video description and also in the comment section. See you guys in the next video. Bye.